It seems that the new Lord of the Rings game is in development and it is going to be funded by the Abu Dhabi Investment Office. Now, the deal has been in the works since last year. Well, it has not been signed yet due to the number of parts for moving, and it will be made official as early as next week. The current funding, it is roughly equate to $100 million, give or take. I don't know how many times my OBS crashed for some reason. As far as the game will be, sources didn't want to say much, but what was said, however, is that it will be a third-person action game that is designed in a way to compete with Hogwarts Legacy. Okay, let's read this and we'll make our comparison. Now, in addition to that, it is said that multiple parties are involved with the game, including Embracer Group, Revenge, and other studios. Embracer have the rights to the Lord of the Rings IP for video games since 2022, when it paid nearly $400 million. It has since licensed out those rights to other companies to produce titles, including the much-aligned Lord of the Rings Gollum, which, flop. When contacted for the statement, Embracer said that the general rule, we do not comment on rumors or speculation. Revenge, one studio said to be involved with the game, also declined to comment on rumors and speculation. Alright, so let's think about that, folks. Seriously, a new Lord of the Rings games. I mean, when's the last time we heard about it? Now, I think we haven't had a Lord of the Rings games, okay? I mean, it's been like, what, more than a decade? The last one is Lord of the Rings Gollum. I know you can include that as a flop or anything, but we'll include that. But that was like what, 2020 or something, or 2022? Now, I'm not certain how they're gonna make. Remember, they say they want to compete with Hogwarts Legacy. So I think here's how they can do. Because there's a few places. Remember, they have elves, dwarfs, and men, okay? The Kingdom of Men. Mostly Rohan, Gondor, the Northern Kingdom, where Aragorn was from. I hope they mention more about that one. Or in this case, I hope they mention how Rohan and Gondor were separated. Because remember, in Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, or in this case, The Return of the King, King Theoden said, "Why should we ride to the aid to those who did not come to ours?" So I had to assume that Gondor didn't come to their aid, or in this case, something must have happened before the War of the Three Rings, or in this case, war against Saruman, or Sauron, for Gondor and Rohan to be separated. Here's the difference between the Lord of the Rings games and Hogwarts Legacy, okay? Remember, Hogwarts Legacy, the reason why that game was successful is because of the boycott. Many people tried to boycott that game, not just boycotting it, but also to harass people who is playing that game. And it's still happening today. No, generally, I'm not joking. It is what's called video games that critics or journalists hate, but gamers love. Although despite Warner Bros. Getting a lot of money from Hogwarts Legacy, they fumbled the bag and created Suicide Squad, losing more money, not learning from their mistakes. Because remember, it says it is funded by Abu Dhabi, okay? That's a Middle Eastern company. So I hope they won't repeat the failure of Rings of Power, okay? If there were any gay stuff, the Abu Dhabi Investment Office, they're not gonna allow it, okay? Generally, they won't allow it. So how can the story be? Well, hopefully, first, we can customize our characters, similar with either Elden Ring. I think Elden Ring, you can customize your characters. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Oh yeah, the engine, okay? Embracer or Revenge. Remember, if you can, use your own engine, okay? Only use Unreal Engine 5 if it was your last resort. Because right now we've seen Unreal Engine come out broken. Silent Hill F, Metal Gear Solid Delta, Lost Soul aside. At least they will consider the engine, okay? But then again, this time, almost everything is made by Unreal Engine. I'm 100% certain that Hogwarts Legacy is made by Unreal Engine. For stories, because remember, Hogwarts Legacy takes place like what? Before the events of Fantastic Beasts and also Harry Potter. I mean, I think it was before the Dark Lord or something. Something like that. So I hope they could at least introduce on how the Northern Kingdom was destroyed, or in this case, Rohan and Gondor was separated, or perhaps even better, what happened during the war against Sauron. The last alliance of elf and men. They could at least showcase that. I can list any examples, which I hope they at least honors Tolkien's work. J.r.r. Tolkien will be very much proud if they can honor it. Also, hopefully we can see young Gandalf the Grey. Now generally, I always wanted to see how Gandalf or Saruman looked like when they were younger, or they were kids.
Fate smiles upon us!
We must move on! This way!
Any way would be fine about now.